Some English or literature assignments may require you to use primary and secondary sources. In this video, we'll talk about what those are and how to find them. One important note: science, history, and other subjects use the terms primary and secondary sources a little bit differently. In this video, we're talking about how your literature and English professors will use the term. In general, a primary source in any subject area is a first-hand source that you're studying, a written work, a historical document, or something similar. A secondary source is a source that was written later by a scholar or researcher. A primary source is the original work that you're studying or writing about. In a literature class, this might be a novel by Charlotte Bronte, a play by William Shakespeare, or a poem by Maya Angelou. If you're in a film class, the movie you're writing about would be your primary source. Your primary source may be a book in print, a streaming video, an ebook, or in some other format. For a literature course, it'll usually be a novel, a story, a play, or a poem. A primary source doesn't analyze or interpret another source. It's a creative work of some kind, the material that's being analyzed by you and other scholars. Secondary sources are written about primary sources and do provide analysis and interpretation. Secondary sources in literature are almost always books and journal articles, which you can find in the library catalog or databases. This journal article about the novel Jane Eyre is a secondary source, written by a literature scholar in 2008. You can see that the author of this source is discussing the influence of religion and feminism on how Charlotte Bronte wrote Jane Eyre. She includes discussion of these themes in the novel, as well as quotations from Charlotte Bronte and from other secondary sources she used in her research. Secondary sources might be written during or after the primary source. In the case of a 19th century novel like Jane Eyre, a secondary source could be anything from an 1847 book review to a 21st century scholarly article, anything that provides commentary, context, analysis, or opinion about the primary source. Secondary sources in literature are usually literary criticism. A work of literary criticism is a scholarly book or article that compares, analyzes, interprets, or evaluates a primary source. You can find literary criticism or secondary sources for your English papers in a number of ways. A simple way to start is the Discover search on the library website. Try searching for the title of your primary source with the word criticism. This will find books and articles available in the library. It may help to put the title in quotation marks. If you need articles, a more precise way to search is to use one of the library's research databases. From our homepage, go to the Databases by Subject menu and choose English. There are a lot of databases to choose from here, but a few useful ones to try include MLA International Bibliography, Gale Literature Criticism, or Literature Online. We covered database searching in other videos, but a similar search should work well in all these databases. The title of your primary source plus the word criticism is usually a good start. If you need help finding a primary or secondary source, ask your librarian. We can help.